I'm Louden King. I'm here in the beautiful Panorama Mountain Resort in BC. I'm surrounded by this beautiful landscape, which has really helped me with my music, including my last album and my latest EP, Last Stand, which released on 25th, and I'll be talking about that today. So the opening track, Van Dog, I got that name because my dad, he said it sounded like a Van Halen song and a Sheepdog song, both big influences on me, so combining it is Van Dog. Last summer I was at a Sheepdogs concert and I gave a CD to Sam Corbett, the Sheepdogs drummer. He was a very nice dude and very amazing concert. And Van Halen, my dad is like the biggest Van Halen fan I know, so I've been hearing it since I entered this place. Yeah, Van Dog is a very high energy song. It's like perfect for summer. It has very summery feeling. It's just high energy, happy, and everything you need to enjoy your summer. Probably one of the most standout parts of the song is the harmonica solo. That's the first time I played harmonica on any of my songs. Yeah, so originally I didn't really have a solo section for this song, but then at the same time I was writing this song, I came up with the harmonica solo riff. To me, it sounded similar to the solo riff in 30 Days in the Hole by Humble Pie, which also has harmonica solo. It goes like this. So then, I didn't really copy it, but I guess I took inspiration from that, and I decided I'd do a similar thing where there would be like the guitar part, and then harmonica would play. So I did my own little version of that kind of thing and put some organ in there, and that's how it evolved and came to be. To me, Van Dog is very much a dad rock, classic rock song, and you know it's true because my dad says that. Okay, the next song, Lugaroo. Before I wrote this song, I was kind of thinking like, my last album, I didn't have any spooky songs. You know, those are fun and good to have, very fun live, and it's just a different atmosphere and adds a lot more to the musical catalog that I have. The opening riff, I really wanted to make something spooky sounding with tension, and then it kind of evolved where when I was recording it, I wanted to make it like a spooky landscape where you could imagine different pictures or scenarios in like a haunted forest. In my head, sometimes I imagine like Luigi's Haunted Mansion. The whole song, I used a lot of different, more adventurous instruments that you'd not normally hear, like some chimes, bells, and a rain stick, and a little bit of wind. The chimes I used were, they've been hanging just outside my front door for like 20 years, and brought them down and they're full of cobwebs. It was perfect. The rain stick was from my grandmother. So yeah, I wanted the intro to have a big build up and then have a sudden change into the main riff of the song, which is an uncomfortable, high tension riff. To me, that riff is very Alice in Chains sounding, and then it moves into the next part of the song, which I call the chorus, which is a more beautiful and very different feel, more like happy and hopeful. I wanted the changes to be very drastic and make a big difference to really bring out the emotions of the song. Different emotions, I find they really tell a story much better than just having the same feeling for a whole song. The name is actually Werewolf in French, which is loup-garou, but pronounced Frenchly. And I just took out the P, so it says wow, like me. So the next song on the EP is called Sweet Pontoon. This song is definitely the most beautiful piece I'd ever written, and it's my personal favorite song that I've written as well. It's just a very sweet and enjoyable to listen to, and calming and relaxing, and it does feel like a boat ride, like on a pontoon. This song is like the first of its kind for me. I don't have any slow ballads like this one. Part of the goal I had for this EP was to add more variety to my music and make it more accessible for everyone to listen to. This song I actually wrote here in Panorama. I wrote it on that sofa right there, but you can't see it. Yeah, this song is 6 minutes long. It's the longest on the EP. I tried to make the songs a little shorter just to make it more accessible, and sometimes the long songs are not so friendly. This song was written about a year ago, like I said, at Panorama here. Kind of just like a magical moment. It's such a beautiful place. It was in the morning time. I was looking outside and I missed my girlfriend, and then it just came out. The fourth song on the EP is called The Chase. This was the first single of the EP, released in May. This song was another one I had written here at Panorama, but I actually wrote this one 2 years ago, 2 summers ago. I remember very clearly I was standing in the living room. I was plugged into the quiet amp, and I was just watching the gondola go by, and I was kind of just noodling on the main riff. I was just coming up with different ideas for that, and then the idea came into my head to have a song where there's only one guitar track, one bass track, and one take of the drums. I started experimenting with the next riff, where I would play the root notes of the chord and the melody at the same time on guitar. It created the main melody with the jumping back and forth on the neck, just one guitar. I started coming up with many other ideas for this song. They just started flowing out, and there was so much potential for what I could do. It was really hard to make decisions on where I wanted to go with the song. But at first I was thinking, oh, I have so many ideas. I could make this song long and with lots of different parts and make it similar to Supermassivity, which was 8 minutes. Then I started thinking, what if I had each part just for a little bit, and there would be lots of changes, and it would be like all the twists and turns in a chase. But after the main verse and chorus and stuff, it goes into this bridge section where every 8 bars it has a different thing going on, where it either changes into a solo, the riff changes, or the chord progression changes. So it kind of makes all these different twists and turns, just like a chase. And it made a really exciting piece to listen to. It really captures your attention for the whole song. This one is also super fun to play live, probably one of my favorites. Maybe other than Europa, it's probably my favorite. The crowd loves it. It's high intensity. It's like perfect for a live show, whether it's opening the set or upping the intensity. The last song on the EP is called What You Do. It's definitely the most bluesy song I've written, and it has a different feel than all the others, and it's the kind of song I've been wanting to do for a while. To me, it's very Jeff Beck inspired, where it has chord progression and it keeps evolving into different things, but stays generally in the same realm of structure for the chords and the groove of the song. Halfway through the song, there's a sudden change of what's happening as a different riff comes in, and it's kind of a more gentler and sweeter sound than before. And then it's kind of like a big long chorus finale to end the whole song off and to end the whole EP off. It has a very big feeling of relief and accomplished something, and it went well, and I'm proud of it. And also feels like moving on to a different place, a different chapter. It sounds a lot like the final chorus of In the Light by Led Zeppelin, where it kind of repeats like a similar chord progression, and it's kind of like this ongoing thing with layers adding on top until it's a big celebration feeling kind of thing. At the end of the song, you might hear a gentle slide all the way up to the final A, and that is actually the last take I took on bass. I didn't think it was going to be a good take, and then there was a slide sitting right in front of me on the desk, so I just grabbed it and started just for fun, but I ended up liking it. That's a fun fact. This last spring / late winter, I guess, when I started recording the EP, it was around then when I came up with the main riff. And then since coming up with this song, I really wanted to play this live at Dolphins Country Fest. It's kind of like a big goal of mine, because to me it felt like the song is going to be awesome live, and I think it's true. It's one of my favorite songs to play live, partially because of the improvisation element of it with the solos, and it gives a show a different feel and vibe, and people can dance and just have a good time to it. So Last Stand as a whole, I'm very proud of. It's definitely my best work and one of my biggest accomplishments. The idea behind the name Last Stand for me is I graduated this year and I am going into university in the fall. So it kind of felt to me like last chance to really focus on the thing that I love the most and just give it one last big push. Not saying I'm quitting, but it's like I can get busy, and it's like this is my last stand to do this. So go check it out, give it a listen it's on all streaming platforms, and all my social medias will be listed below, and rock on.